everyone. Thank you for joining today's Tempo Wellness session. So, this is the empowerment session for the University of Free State. And just to introduce myself, my name is Wilmarie Huber. I'm a wellness coordinator for Bestmed, but my credentials are that I am a registered narrative therapist and also a registered health coach. So, we are working with Arena and the team for you guys that participate in this year's Autumn Fitness Challenge to give you a little bit more encouragement, empowerment to live your best lives. So, Arena, I want to invite you, please quickly raise your hand for me that we can allow you to unmute. And anyone else during the presentation, if you have any questions, please raise your hands. I have an awesome team here as well that will allow you to unmute, and then you are welcome just to speak to me as well. Ask a question, participate in any way, shape, or form. Arena, do you have your hand raised? And then, all right.
Yes, can you hear
Naya,
me?
if you can just. Yes, hi, Arena. How are you?
I'm good in here. Wilmarie, it's nice to see you
Fine.
online. Can I just see how many people has logged in? I can't see it on my screen.
We are including you 8 attendees at the moment, but I think we're waiting for a few more because we had 19 people that registered for the event. So they might pop in a few minutes or so. So we'll just start and hope they join us.
Okay. No, thank you. Yes, and on behalf of the Be Better, Be Fitter Autumn Challenge, I'd just like to say thank you for buying into this initiative. And I've seen we participate in your challenge of doing our the squats. We did send in that video. So I said to the girls and guys that
Good.
trained with us, I think we're gonna win something. So I hope we're gonna win something sending it in. But it was lots of fun, and part of our program is to do squats. The importance of that on really getting fit. So thank you for Bestmed for coming on board for the autumn challenge. And just to also say, I was brainstorming this weekend because the next challenge is on its way, and I think it's 100-day challenge, and that sounds a lot. But if you exercise 5 times a week, that I like to motivate all other participants, all the staff members, everybody to just exercise, train for 5 times a week, 30 minutes. Then you have 100-day challenge still mid-December. So it's not so
Yeah.
difficult. And we'll break it up month to month again. So yeah, that is the challenge, and I hope we can welcome Bestmed again to the 100-day challenge, being active 5 days a week for 30 minutes. Do that sounds that maybe by show of hands, if it's possible for all the participants, and more to come, and also the Bestmed people sitting in the studio, maybe we can challenge Bestmed.
Well, definitely. I think that sounds like a perfect plan. 100 days might seem like far-fetched and hard to reach, but if you just count one and then another one, later you don't even realize it, but you've exercised 100 days. So yeah, now all the best. We will definitely see how we can work with you guys, Arena, to make it a success. But more of that a little bit later. Let's start, and then please, if anyone wants to talk to me, participate, just raise your hands and we will allow you to unmute. Okay, so I want you guys to just take a moment and sit back, right? Just sit back and close your eyes and listen to what I'm going to describe to you for a minute. And I want you to imagine this. Imagine that you have just woken up. You are full of energy. Your mind is clear. You get up, you have a healthy breakfast, um, and you go throughout the day. Your energy is good, your mood is stable, and you're mentally sharp. You feel on top of your life, and on top of everything, you haven't had any energy dips, you haven't become irritable, and you haven't experienced a single craving. But that's just the inside story. On the outside, you're looking good. Your weight is more or less where you want it to be. You are well toned and your skin has a healthy glow. People often comment how well you are looking. You feel young, both physically and mentally, and this is how you feel throughout the day. So now I want to ask you guys to participate in a poll. Nayo, if you can launch the poll for me, please. And I want to ask the question, right? And I want you to answer the questions. First question is, do you actually feel this way? Do you feel that your mind is clear, you're full of energy, or do you want to feel this way? And both answers can be, yes, I feel this way and I want to continue to feel this way. Or it might be, no, I don't feel this way, but I'm working on it. I want to, yes, I do. So if you can answer the questions there, to answer for me just a yes or a no, and then we will see what your experience is so far. All right, one more minute, and then I'm going to ask now to close so that we can see how you guys are feeling and just see this as a baseline for where are we working from? Are you already feeling this way, or are we working towards we want to feel this way? Okay, Naya, if you can close for me and let's see the results. All right. So about 2 out of you say, yes, you actually feel this way, but 6 of you say, I don't. And 100% of you say, we want to feel this way. And now I have another question, and you can use the chat box just to answer it for yourself or just to give us your opinion. Are you healthy by chance or by choice? This is more a philosophical question, but I would really like to know what you guys think. Are you healthy by chance or by choice? And you can select in the chat box that you want to message us privately, the hosts, or you can say to everyone. And we like it when you message everyone because people really want to see that you're participating and see your opinions as well. So by chance or by choice? By choice, Charlene says by chance. Yes, anyone else? Chance or choice? By choice, definitely. By choice, Serena. So when we think about it, right? Is being healthy really a choice? So studies have shown that when it comes to health, there tends to be like 3 people. Now, this is not scientific. This is not, there's a type A personality or type B personalities, but we kind of find a trend. We see the lucky ones. Now, these are the ones that's genetically just blessed. Okay. My partner, for example, is one of these. He's genetically blessed. He looks like he's in the gym every single day. He eats sweets and drinks sodas, and like it goes out the window. He drinks so many sweets, and but when he goes to the gym for 1 week, he has his 6-pack back. I don't get it. I don't understand it, but he's one of those very lucky, genetically gifted people. Then we get those that ignore their health. Again, my brother is one of these. We are genetically predisposed to high cholesterol. My dad has it, his whole family has it. This is what we have. Even myself, I work out, I eat healthy. My doctor says I can eat a salad every single day. I'm still going to have cholesterol. My brother says he doesn't have high cholesterol until the doctor tells him so, which means he just doesn't go to the doctor. So he just ignores his health until something happens and then he realizes, but the genetic predisposition was there the whole time. And we get those type of people that consciously, continuously choose their health. They choose to live healthily. We think about what we eat. We think about I should exercise. Those are the three types of people. But let's face it, health is the foundation of our life. We can't do anything without our health. We won't be able to work the way we work if we don't feel well. If you're continuously ill and sickly and you can't use your body, you can't really do anything. It's the foundation of our lives. So if you had unlimited energy and vitality, just think about it. What would you do with it? I mean, we have a colleague here in Bestmed that just ran the Comrades. I take my hat off to him because he actually went to run the Comrades. I can't imagine it. But then I have a different colleague that says, she firmly believes there's no limit to her. She doesn't set any limits for herself. If someone says the 100-day challenge, like Arena mentioned, she's going to show she can do 200. There's no limit. She can do it. But I think if you had unlimited energy and vitality, climbing Kilimanjaro or running the Comrades, these would be the type of goals that we astride to. That's what we want to achieve at the end of the day. So I want to show you another tool. Last, with our previous session, I also showed you a health coaching tool to use for setting goals. Now, this is a much easier, much quicker one, and it works in a variety of ways. So I want to ask someone to volunteer for me, please. If you can raise your hand. I'm going to ask you questions. I'm going to put it up on the screen, like everyone can see it, but you can just tell me and I'll quickly guide you through it. Anyone that's willing to volunteer? It's about setting a goal. Have, do, and be. Arena, can I call on you? Because I don't see a hat. Arena, are you there? Oh, I see there. There's a Noputelo. Am I saying it correctly? If you can just unmute for me, please, Nao.
I have allowed Nompumelelo to unmute. So if you can unmute yourself, Nompumelelo, and you can speak. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Hi,
Hello.
how are you today?
I'm well. How are you?
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for volunteering. So, this is a tool that I like to use that is short and sweet for creating goals. So, you have the have, do, and be, and we can start on any one of them. So, I'm going to explain what each of them is, and then the first one that stands out to you, whether it's have, do, or be, you can just tell me. So, first we have considering something that you want to have. So, this can be a specific goal. Either you want a better work life balance, you want a new car, you want to enter a new relationship, or whatever the case may be, something that you want to have. Or something that you want to do. So, this can be an activity, place where you want to go, things that you want to learn or achieve, and then consider or the be. So this can be I want to be a professor. I want to be extra classy. Anything that you want to be. Okay, so which one of these stands out to you?
A B. I want to be.
Be.
Yes.
What do you want to be?
Um, in terms of career-wise, I want to be a lecturer.
You want to
And
become,
yeah, I
right?
want to become a lecturer.
Right.
And Yeah.
Let's just stick with that one. Okay. So you want to be a lecturer. What do
Yes.
you need to have to be a lecturer?
I need to have a PhD, I believe, here at UFS and other
All right.
institutions as well. Yes.
All right. So you need to have a PhD.
Yes.
What do you need to do in order to get your PhD?
I need to do a research, I guess. Yeah.
Research, you need to do your studies, need
Mm,
to do you first need to do your undergrad, postgrad,
yes.
masters, your your PhD.
Yeah,
So there's
exactly.
a lot of things.
Mm,
There's also other things that you can consider that you need to have apart from just your the qualifications. You need to have patience, determination. Anything else that you can think of? Something that you need to have to in order to achieve this goal.
Motivation, consistency. Um, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this tool works any way around. You could have said, I want to have a new car. What do you need to do for it? You need to increase your salary or supplement your salary or budget for a new car. All right. What do I need to be? Then I need to become the lecturer because I want to become, get the new car. Bigger salary means I can buy the new car. I want to uh, climb Kilimanjaro. Okay, what do you need to have? I need to have energy and bodily strength and determination to do it. What do I need to be? I need to be consistent. I need to be well trained. I need to be mentally sharp. This is a tool that works any way around that you can just create goals for yourself and kind of set a plan for achieving this goal. Thank you so much for volunteering. So
Thank you.
the do is the do is the actions that you need to take, right? Um, or an action that you want to take. That is the goal, like the Comrades or Kilimanjaro that you want to the climb. B is the strengths, the characteristics, the qualities, the behaviors that you need to have or be in order to achieve your goals. So, this is a very simple and easy tool to use, again, to create your goals. So, for example, if I say I want to do Arena's 100-day um, challenge, fitness challenge. What do I need to have? I need to have consistency. I maybe need to have accountability partner that's going to help motivate me and keep track when I get to day 188 and I just want to give up. What do I need to be? Motivated, determined, committed. These are the things I need to be. Colleen, I see that you have your hand up. Do you have a question? Maybe we can allow you to unmute.
Lynn, you're allowed to speak. You can just unmute yourself and speak, please. Thanks.
Hi, Colleen. See if I can help you. No. Colleen, do you have a question?
Hi, Vilmarie. No, I
Hi.
didn't raise my hand for a question.
Oh, no worries. I saw you had your hand up. Was there something else that you wanted?
No,
Did
sorry.
you want to give an example? All right, no worries, no worries. Okay, so when we have our goal, we also need to set our direction. So knowing where you're heading, again, the goal determines what our next steps are going to be. So there is a fabulous TED talk or a book from Simon Sinek that actually says he named it Start with Your Why. So, according to Simon, most people start from the outside of this ring, right? They say what it is. So, they determine what they want to do, and then they determine how they will do it. But they forget the why, the reason why behind what they want to do. So he uses an example, selling a phone or something, and he says the companies tell you what it is and how it works, but they forget about why do people need it, and then it just doesn't do as well. Where the most successful and inspirational people start with their why. They first commit to their belief, the why behind what they want to do. Because, I mean, telling you join a 100-day fitness challenge, that is what it is. How are you going to reach it? By coming every day, like eating an elephant, bite for bite. But why should you do it? What are you going to get at the end of the day? Where are we heading? Why do you want to do it? That is the question that you need to answer. And when you find your why, you will find your way. So again, why did you guys join the fitness challenge? You joined the autumn challenge now that you guys did, the be better, be fitter. But at the end of the day, why? So last time we looked at our smarter goals. And maybe someone can remind us what SMARTER stands for in the chat box. I'm very curious if someone actually remembers. Setting a smarter goal, considering how your life would be improved if you achieved this goal, looking at the reasons why did you want to achieve this goal, considering the benefits of achieving your goal, who else will benefit, and also looking at the cost. If you don't achieve it, what will be the cost? So ultimately, if you answered these questions, you created a wellness vision for yourself. The reason, the picture in your head that you're working towards, that was your reason, your wellness vision, and it becomes your why. And our whys is the greatest motivation that you will ever find for actually achieving it. So I want to see if someone could remember. Let me just see in the chat box. Arena, can you remember what SMARTER stands for? Is that your yes? Why you said yes?
Specific. Be specific.
Specific. Yes. And M stands for?
Measure. You have to measure it.
Measurable. Correct. A?
Can you achieve it? Who will benefit when you achieve it?
Yes. Achievable. It should be achievable. It shouldn't
Yeah.
be like far-fetched and crazy. What is R?
What is on again?
Realistic. So again, it goes with achievable. I mean, yes,
Yeah.
thank you, Refilwe. Definitely realistic because you want to
Yeah.
start small. You don't want to say, I'm going to do that 100 days in a day. It's not going to work. You should say, I want to do 100 days by the end of, in December. That is achievable. It's realistic. Time bound is T.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, we're giving ourselves a time by December. What does E stand for? Any ideas? Anyone? No. All right, so E is exciting. It should excite you, climbing Mount Everest, just thinking of the view there from the top or whatever the case may be. It should be exciting. If it doesn't excite you, it's going to bore you. No one wants to achieve a boring goal. Rewarding. Again, what are you going to get from it? You achieve these goals. You're going to paint that picture there in the future, your ideal self. All right. So then you take this next step and you actually create a wellness vision for yourself. You have your goals, you answered the questions about, what is it life going to be like? How is it going to be different? You gave up the cost. So then you create a wellness vision and you say, this is the 3 statements that I create for myself. I am powerful. I enjoy hiking and climbing Mount Everest. I feel on top of the world. I'm willing to take on any challenge. There's no limits for me. And then again, using the motivation scale to see how motivated you are by a goal. Oh, sorry. All right. So, achieving our goals. You guys have now almost at the end of your autumn challenge, and I'm sure you face some barriers. I'm sure you face some challenges, and it wasn't always easy. But it's very important to take note that you did achieve it. You are almost at the end of June. You are almost there. So, what did you actually achieve? So, you have to measure your progress, because if you don't measure the progress, you're going to feel demotivated. And progress is not always, I lost 10 kilograms, it doesn't work. But I feel so much better. I, get up easier in the morning. It's those small things that actually color in the picture of your progress. But because it's so easy to actually focus on our failures rather than what our achievements. So I want to do the following exercise also with a volunteer, if someone is willing to volunteer for me, just to reflect a bit on, what did you achieve in this last 2 months that you were participating in the fitness challenge, and how far have you come? All right. So is there anyone that is willing to volunteer for me? Again, just answering the questions. I'm going to put it up there for everyone to see. So it's just about sharing your experience. And it doesn't need to be that you lost the 10 kilograms. It's more about the small things in life that actually make the biggest value return on your investment. Anyone? Hand up if you're willing to. Colleen, you already unmuted. If you're willing,
Okay.
anytime, just let me know.
Okay, I'm willing.
Are you
Can you
willing?
hear me?
Thanks, Colleen. I really appreciate it.
Okay.
Yes, I hear you. All right. So tell us something. What are you proud of? You competed in this challenge. You exercised with Arena. What are you proud of for yourself?
Well, I would say I'm proud of pitching like almost 90% of the days to exercise. It's not always nice to get dressed after work, but yeah, to change and pitch, but I did it.
You showed up. You
Yeah.
pitched, and so that's definitely something to be proud of. What new habit is now a consistent habit for you? Maybe
Trying to
something
put
that you
in, yeah, I would say like trying to do my part in exercising 4 or 5 times a week.
Wow, definitely. What have you enjoyed the most of this challenge?
The laughter and like feeling good afterwards. The laughter
Laughter.
between of
Wow.
us, yeah. And
So
making new
I'm
friends.
in laughter. Yeah, in laughter, I'm hearing you enjoyed it because it's like fun. It's funny. You
Yeah,
make friends, connecting with others, and then feeling good after the exercise, which is
yeah.
something that we're not always. You don't think you're going to feel good afterwards, but then you exercise and you gave it your all, and you
And
actually
you're more
walk away feeling
energetically, yeah.
more energetic. Amazing. So how will you celebrate these positive changes that you've made? How will you celebrate, committing to 90 plus times that you actually pitched? How will you celebrate the new relationships that you've made, the more energy? How will you celebrate it? Any idea?
Hmm. Uh, eating an extra piece of cake. uh,
Okay.
yeah,
That's not
give
always the
me a,
healthiest choice, but you know what? You've earned it. You've
yeah.
definitely earned it.
Yeah. I think it is definitely worth in celebrating it as I reached new milestones. Um, yeah, I can maybe
Oh,
buy
definitely.
myself a new top or whatever.
Definitely. That's a lot of my clients say that. They not normally go for, okay, I want to keep fit, so I'm going to buy myself a new exercise top. But you
Hmm.
don't always need money. You can say, I'm going to, with the group of friends that you just made, we're going to get together for a cup of tea in the office, or take a picnic outside on the grounds, or, just take a moment to celebrate how far you've come. All right. So, what improvements have you noticed?
The fact that I have more energy, um,
Mhm.
I made the mind shift that after
Mhm.
work, I do stop there and do my exercising and then have more productive evenings.
Very
Yeah, I
true.
usually afterwards go for a walk with my dog as well. So even to do that, I have more
Mhm.
energy, and even more willing to do it. Where previously, when I got home, sat on the couch or whatever, didn't feel like it afterwards. I'm
It's
committed now to do
Yeah,
that as
it's
well.
easy to fall into that trap, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easy to fall in that trap of rather going sit on the couch. But it's amazing that you say that you're now in the habit of going to exercise after work. It gave you more energy to actually go for another exercise with your
Ye-
dog. And it actually made a more productive evening, where if you just sit
Yeah.
on the couch, your evening kind of just disappears somehow and
Yes.
you didn't do anything. So, what positive changes has your family or friends noticed?
That you should ask Arena.
No, no, I'm asking you. I'm asking you
I
specifically
think they
because
admire the fact that
Mhm.
I'm putting in the time and the effort to do this after work.
Definitely. It's so easy. If I was to ask you about that, about Arena, you would have answered me very quickly. Because we tend to be able to compliment and see the amazingness of others, but it's very difficult to see it on ourselves. And
Yeah,
I really want you
especially,
to know that.
yeah,
Yes.
I think especially everyone knows that after a long day's work, you're actually tired and not usually feel like changing to go to gym, but it's
Mm.
admirable once you see it in a friend or whoever.
Do you see it as admirable in yourself?
I think so, yeah. And even my colleagues here at work, they noticed it. Um,
Wow,
yeah, when they leave for
amazing.
work and they see me changed in my gym clothes, they make remarks like they admire me for being so consistent.
Wow. So when you write your wellness vision, I am admirable. I am consistent. Maybe
Mm.
those are words that you have to use about yourself. So, how will you reward yourself for the progress that you've made so far?
I think
It
that
comes
one,
back to,
yeah, to the celebration of it, nee. Yeah.
yes, comes back to the
Uh,
celebration. You
I,
have to reward your progress.
yeah, like I said, maybe a new shirt for to gym in, or yeah,
All right.
I can't think
Okay,
of
so
something else.
what has your biggest challenges been so far, and how did you overcome it?
Winter is my biggest challenge. After work, it has.
You understand?
Yeah, so um, I get cold very quick and easily. So I think the fact that I got to the point where I can actually make the decision to change, to go to gym, is my biggest challenge. Winter is not that bad as it has been previous years. And I think that's the reason.
So how did you overcome the challenge of winter? How did
I
you
usually
overcome that?
didn't exercise during winter because that was my taking
But
off
this year,
months. But this
your
year it
pitching,
has changed. Yeah.
so how did you overcome the challenge of winter to actually go exercise? What did you do?
Pitch. I decided to just pitch at the gym after work every day.
Wow. It's very powerful what you just said, because I decided to pitch. So you
Yeah.
committed to it.
The rest
You
will look
committed,
after itself. I must just be there.
definitely. All right. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how satisfied are you with your results so far? 1 being I'm not satisfied, and 10 I'm very satisfied.
I would say 9.
9. Leaving room for improvement, I see.
Definitely.
Right. Great. Okay. So thank you, Colleen. Thank you for participating.
You're welcome.
Let's go on to the next steps. All right. So achievements, successes. Like I said to Colleen, it is important that you celebrate each and every success. And it's not just acknowledging it. It's great that you acknowledge it, but it's also good to have a strategy in place to maintain your results, right? You have to celebrate each success. You have to plan for success. And like I always say, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So, barriers. What can get in the way of you completing your task or of you achieving your goal? So these are some of the most common barriers that we find. We have physical, emotional, motivational, practical, environmental, and habitual barriers. It can be like the environmental, the one, it's winter, it's cold, you don't want to. It's not nice. You would rather go home, have a nice cup of warm hot chocolate, sit on the couch under a blanket. But if you know the common barriers that you normally face, like she knew it was her challenge. It's going to be a challenge. So she needed to think of a plan to overcome it. And she committed to it. She said to herself, I'm not going to let winter get me down and stop me from exercising. I'm going to step up, I'm going to commit, and I'm going to pitch, and I'm going to do it. So again, it's the same things with physical or like hunger. Let's say you're on a diet, like you really focus on healthy eating. It can be I'm bored. I know many clients that they struggle with being bored. If you work from home, like I sometimes do, it's that boredom that drives you to the kitchen, and then you want to eat something, you want to snack because you're bored. And I actually have clients that then put up a picture there that says, you're not hungry, you're bored. Turn around and go away. Don't snack. Or if you do need a snack, make it a healthy snack. So don't buy the sweets and the chips and the whatever. Buy the healthy things like the apple and the peanut butter to snack on. So there's many things. But what I want to mention, what is also important that came up from Colleen, right? Lack of time is one of the most used, and I don't want to say excuses, but it's one of the most common barriers that people use for not exercising. I don't have time. But listen to what Colleen said, and I'm going to use her example. She said, I committed, so I now change and I go to exercise after work. And then I go for a walk with my dog. And then my evenings are much more productive. And that is the thing, when we think we don't have time, but you actually go and just write down what you do every hour for the next, for the day, you'll actually see how much time we spent scrolling on Facebook or sitting on the couch or don't get me wrong, I know a lot of people are very busy. I mean, full-time moms, full-time work. There's so much. I sometimes don't know how moms and some people get through the day with everything that they need to do. But even in there, I'm sure that we can find 10 to 20 minutes a day where they can say, this is me time. This is for me. I need to work on me. And they need to exercise. They feel that they want to lose some weight or be fitter or whatever the case may be. And they can work in that little bit of time to exercise. So find your barrier, and then make a plan for how you're going to overcome it. When you know your barrier, you can think of a strategy and plan to overcome it. So the next step will then be maintaining your results, right? Again, plan. How will you maintain your results? You guys now participated in the autumn challenge and it's ending now. But then Arena is starting another challenge. All right? And enter that. Commit to it. And make your smarter goals or your have goals even bigger for the end of the year. And then ask yourself the questions, right? What else would I like to achieve? I want to make the 100. I want to lose that extra 5. I want to be even fitter. I want to feel more energetic. I want to go on holiday and be bikini body fit, because it starts now. It doesn't mean you just now ended the autumn challenge. Now you can sit back and think it's the weight is going to stay off. It doesn't. And then ask yourself, what support will you need to achieve these goals? So commitment. And that is also the message Colleen drove home for us. She said, I pitched, right? And think about the last time that you committed to something. It could have been a work event, a social community project, whatever the case may be. And you don't always feel like doing it. But when you didn't feel like doing it, what drove you to keep your word and to do it? She made the choice. She said, I made the choice to pitch. Chances are good that you didn't follow through because you did follow through because you were committed to it. You made a promise to yourself or to someone else, and that compelled you to honor it. So you don't want to let others down. You don't want to let yourself down, because that is the power of commitment. When you decide to commit to something, we tend to follow through. And that is why I always ask the question, on a scale of 1 to 10, how committed are you? Because when your motivation is low, but your commitment to it was high, that still means you're going to get up and you're going to work at it. But if you're not committed to your goal, you're going to lose interest and you're not going to do it. So do I have any questions? We covered quite a lot because it was 2 sessions worth of information that I covered today, because we missed our previous one, so I combined it. So is there any questions? Please feel free to raise your hands, or you can put it in the chat box. Any questions for me? I don't see anything. Arena, yes.
Yes, I'd just like to say thank you to Colleen, that really talked about her consistency, her commitment. And I think that is really a motivation to everybody. And I just thought about our program, and I love the word starting with a C. It is a challenge that you set for yourself, then the commitment that Colleen so clearly said that she made, and then your consistency. to do that. So the 3Cs, your challenge will be coming back. We are going to take a 2-week break, the week of the 7th and the week of the 14th of July, but you will have a program to do at work. And then we will come back, but then we need the 3Cs, the challenge that we embrace, the commitment, the consistency. And for me, it is all about let's have fun together. And I love that you enjoyed it. And for me, and the 2 other presenters, it is such a privilege to be there and to work with you and to just see the change. And for me, it's not your change, it's my change as well, because I also are there. Sometimes I don't feel up to it, but after the session, it is just such amazing feeling that you have. So thank you, colleagues, for that you joined me, and we will celebrate our achievements for the few that, or not the few, we were 25 till the end that were part of this challenge. There was a few that couldn't come anymore, but we will celebrate next week. I will send it through to you, that we just maybe we will have a piece of cake, maybe. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this afternoon session and just to work together, and that let's change the university by inviting accountable partners, and we do the C's, challenge, commitment, and consistency. That's from my side, Vilmarie. And once again, thank you to Bestmed that is really working together with us. And this perfect session, it let me think as well. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you. Thanks, Serena. Yes, thank you for my participants. Really, thank you for participating, and everyone else that listened in today. I hope you take something away, whether it is to go and make your own goal or your wellness vision, or just celebrate your successes. Then I just want to announce that with the study that Irina sent out, the questionnaires, I'm going to invite the 6 participants that sent back their questionnaires a request to schedule an individual appointment with me, where we're going to do something very similar like we did today. We're going to reflect on how far you've come, and then we will individually discuss what you're planning for the future, next steps, a goal that you have in mind, anything else that you need to support you on the way. So look out for that email if you completed our questionnaire. And thank you very much again, ladies and gentlemen, for your time. I really appreciate it. Have a lovely day further, and I'll see you again.